YouTube, what's good? TQK, you already know what it is. Since my last video, I received a lot of comments. I appreciate that, you guys giving me your input, liking the video, received some new subscribers as well, so I appreciate that. You know, if you're new, welcome to my channel. Like, comment, subscribe, you know, tell your friends, whatever. But there was some negativity in the comments. But that's with anything in life. You could be doing something positive and somebody always got something negative to say. So, you know, regardless of what you're doing in your life, don't care what other people say. Excuse my voice, I am sick right now. You know, I'm trying to shake it off. But I wanted to make this video about me transitioning in the military, and if there's other people in the military, you know, that can possibly help me out, or you know, whatever, give you guys some advice from what I'm going through personally transitioning in the military. I am active duty military. I will be switching to the reserves or National Guard next year, but as of right now, I am active. So the first step that I took, you know, took me a few months. I did my research. I've been doing my research even before the military, but I started watching YouTube channels, started looking up information on the internet, and we also have something, I don't know if it's, I think it's in the regulations, I'm not really sure, on how to handle transgender. And I read the PowerPoint saying, you know, different shit about it. And I got in contact with a few guys that are transitioning in the military, and some are actually here in Korea with me. So the first thing I did, I told my chain of command, I told my master sergeant. So master sergeant in civilian world is pretty much like your boss. She was cool with it, you know. She like, hey, you know, I had this, that, and the third, you know what I'm saying? She was real cool with it. And I told her I would greatly appreciate it if she told my first sergeant and commander, because I don't really talk to them, and I just kind of want to run it through the channel. So she actually told them, and they're like, oh, okay. Well, you know, is she okay? Does she need anything? Like, blah, 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 you know. And she told me that they told her that they had to counsel me. So, you know, whatever. There's a counseling for everything in the military. So the next thing I did, I started looking up how to start HRT, hormone replacement therapy, so I could start T. So my dilemma is I'm on an Air Force base, but I'm Army. But I'm registered at an Air Force hospital. And when you're in the Air Force, to transition, it's a different process within being in the Army. So I called the clinic and I was like, hey, I need to talk to a psychiatrist or a doctor or a therapist, or, you know, somebody that can recommend me to start HRT. So they was a little bit confused, you know, they didn't know what the fuck I was talking about. So the doctor got on the phone. He's a major. He's like, yeah, I got trained on this, and, you know, I know a little bit about it. I want to make an appointment with you. So long story short, I met the guy, and he's like, in the Air Force, if you tell them that you want to transition, they have to send you somewhere in Texas, and you have to, like, go through this evaluation and all this other crazy shit. Versus being in the Army, you tell them you want to transition, and the motherfuckers is stabbing you with needles, like, right then and there. So I was laughing. Funny, cool dude. Is like, it's easier. You should be happy that you're in the Army and you're trying to transition. So he told me he was going to recommend me to start T, but he didn't know where to send my recommendation because he's Air Force and he has to send it to an Army hospital that's not even on my base. So I have another appointment with him on the 28th, and hopefully I'll get some good news then. So that's starting hormone treatment. You need to tell your chain of command is what you're trying to do. You know, inform them like, hey, look, I'm trying to start my process, and, you know, it really depends on your chain of command. You might have some that's like non-accepting, but at the end of the day, you need to realize that this is your life and this is what you got to live with, and keep it moving. If they're going to help you, they're going to help you. If they're going to be an asshole about it, sometimes you got to do what you got to do, you know, to get what you want in your life. It's your life. It's not their life. So my next step, once I start hormone therapy, I'm looking into getting top surgery. Now, I already scheduled my top surgery. I got that shit down packed, but I'm gonna say that for another video. But my difficulties that I may face well, not really a difficulty, but my plan is to start hormone therapy while I'm active duty military, and then once I get out the military, continue to stay within the military using TRICARE, because TRICARE does pay for psychiatrists and therapy sessions, and they also pay for your hormone treatment. I don't know if they pay for it fully or if they give you like a discounted price, but I did my research and TRICARE does cover that. If you guys know anything else about that, let me know. Also, when I get out, I have to change my name, change my gender marker. Like, it's just a lot of shit that I have to do, but I made a list on what I'm going to do to transition. So I told a few people in the military that I am transitioning, and a lot of people are very positive about it. Like, they ain't had nothing negative to say. I don't know, it's because if they fuck with me or whatever, but it's your decision. If you want, eventually you are going to have to come out as transgender, because you're going to have to start identifying with your pronouns. You have to tell your chain of command, and then once you get on hormone therapy, like, shit is going to start changing. You're going to have to start telling people, and you have to realize that you can't give a fuck what nobody thinks about you. You got to do what you got to do for you to be happy. If you want to stay in the military, it's going to be challenging. I mean, I know it's going to be challenging because there's so many judgmental people in the world, and especially in the military. We have all these values that we have to live by, but half of these motherfuckers don't even live by them, and that's real talk. So I just want to say, if you in the military right now, you think about transitioning, go ahead and do it, while the time is right. I think I know an article just came out about joining the military, like transgenders can now join the military. I think there's an article about that, and I know Trump was trying to ban transgender in the military, but I'm going to tell you now, if you decide to take the step going into the new year, do it now. Don't wait and say, oh, I'm going to do it. Stop living in fear, because I'm done living in fear, and I'm going to do what I need to do. So, hey, if you're in the military, transition and hit me up, and, we could talk. Stay in touch, battle to battle. And if you're not in the military and you trying to transition, it's pretty much the same process. You find a therapist or a psychiatrist that'll recommend you for starting HRT. Next, you get into trying to get top surgery. And I'm not saying that you need the hormones or you need the top surgery to transition. Everyone is different. Some people don't even go through surgery. Some people don't even take hormones. They identify as what they identify as. But if you guys have any other questions, comments, or, anything, hit me up. If you know anything about transition military, leave a comment. Appreciate you guys watching my video. If you ain't subscribed, please subscribe. If you want to follow this journey, if you got something negative to say, fuck you. No, I'm kidding. No, you can leave a comment. I like to entertain negativity from time to time, but y'all have a blessed day and blessed night, whatever. It's early as fuck here in Korea. But happy holidays to you and your family.